Welcome back to the Talking Archive. This is Josh Jacobs, and our conversation concludes now with radio personality, artist, and voiceover talent Bobby Ocean. Now, Bobby, what's your advice to those who want to get into broadcasting?
Well, first of all, love it. Love it, find your part in it, and love that. What is it you like about it? You want to be a star? You want to tell jokes? You want to be there? What is it? You want to be with the music? You want the people? Find out what that is and place yourself in it and love it. If you don't envision it and feel it to be true, it can't come true. Most people envision it and feel it could never happen. Oh, that could never happen to me. So that's what happens to them. But Jesus Christ, the best boss jock ever, could get the whole mystic formula down in just a couple of words, where you envision something, feel it to be true, and it manifests through your subconscious and conscious mind into your world. What Jesus said was, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Same thing. And it's a formula, and it's how to rub your own magic lamp, which we all are. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew that. I knew those words. Yeah, definitely. As a man thinks inside his heart, that's what he has his mind on. That's what he'll become.
Well, no, but it's also, it can be in your. What I'm saying to you is, if you, Josh, let's say you wanted to have a motorcycle, but you don't have the cash or whatever. That doesn't matter. You just like that motorcycle. So I say, envision the motorcycle in your driveway, maybe getting off of it after a ride, polishing it, touch it, smell it, feel it, and then feel how good it feels to be yours. And do that regularly, twice a day. You'll have the motorcycle within a week. Because the way the world works is it follows consciousness. Flowers grow petals, beautiful petals and seeds and stuff, and it's all consciousness finding a life form. It's not the flower saying, I'm going to do this now. It's consciousness saying, I continue. I'm gonna live. I'm living. I am, and the rest just assumes the role. I've known this since my mid to late 20s, and have practiced it all my life, and successfully gotten out of all kinds of dangerous situations, and helped other people, and it's all there. They call it The Secret. There's a movie called The Secret. They call it The Secret. There's no secret about it. Just practice it. It works. You have the stuff. You are the magic lamp. What do you think consciousness is, anyway? It's awareness. But what is that made out of? What is it? What are the components that go into awareness? That's some magic energy. And the more I look at it, the more I play with it, the more I like it. And when I found out that you control it by choice, that means you're in control. So I'm afraid that I might get a scratch in my car. Think that enough, and you're going to get a scratch in your car. But if you remember you have choice, then you can choose not to think that, and you can say, I'm glad my car still doesn't have a scratch in it. And you will continue not to have a scratch in your car. But more importantly, you can bolster your career, relationships, and everything else by imagining them first, imagining them to be successful, and feeling how that feels. Usually it feels very good, and the major feeling everybody comes up with right off the bat is gratitude. I'm so grateful. And I've done that. I've gotten cars, I've gotten women, I've gotten jobs come my way faster because I concentrated on them and was feeling. And it's nothing I made up. It's just something I stumbled into when I was in my 20s, and I thought, this is ridiculous. You're telling me I'm my own magic lamp. That's fairyland. That's just bullshit. But I tried it, and it works. So I've been in jail looking at a sign saying, for what you did, marijuana possession in San Diego, a military town, you will not get out on your own recognizance, and you will be in jail until your court date. I hopped up in my bunk, meditated, my magic. 4 hours later, they called me to the banging on the bar saying, Ocean, come on, you're getting out on your own recognizance. And I'm walking under the sign that says I'm not going to get out under my own recognizance. As he says that, and realizing, oh boy, there's nothing I can get into that I can't get out of. It gave me a fearlessness.
Yeah.
It happened again in the military. I butted heads with the military. That's another story. but I won. In other words, I got out. I was in the National Guard, and I had been in for 5 years, with 1 year to go. But I'm gaining notoriety and success in radio. And I went to my commanding officer and said, "Look, I'm the company clerk. You made me the company clerk, so I've studied all the rules and I know them. And they say that this weekly meetings, or these times we get together for the National Guard, cannot in any way interfere with my civilian job. And so I need to have my hair longer because I'm a disc jockey and people won't accept this short haircut shit." Mm-hmm. He says, "I'll send you to Vietnam." I said, "You'd kill me for a haircut." He said, "Yes." I said, "My father was an Air Force captain, an officer, and a gentleman, and you, sir, are neither. Bring it." And he said, "Get out." And I did. I was called AWOL, and FBI came and got me a couple of years later for being AWOL. And so I just got out with my magic.
And plus you gave the guy, the truth, the I guess the old saying from A Few Good Men, you can't handle the truth. And obviously this guy couldn't when he told him the truth about what he was.
No, he wanted to be a leader, and he was a weekend colonel, and we were just peons, so he wanted to control us, and it wasn't working. So that fried his gonads, and he went nuts. So that's okay, I just got out of the Army a year earlier then. That's fine.
Yeah.
I got the experience. That's all I wanted.
There you go. I remember in summer camp one time, my friends saying, "You're in the Army now. You're right beside a cloud. You never get rich if you dig a ditch. You're in the Army now." I don't know if you ever heard that song before or not.
Oh, yeah, I've heard a version of it, yeah. We sang it when we marched.
Or the other ones, you never get rich, you son of a... You're in the Army now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, Bobby, thanks for talking with me. This has been great. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to... since most podcasts, people won't listen for the entire hour and a half, I usually edit it down to 20-minute segments. And so we've got about 5 segments here. So I'm going to put them up one segment a week on average. And then I'm not sure if I have permission, but if it's okay, I like to put pictures of different stories that are told. And I was wondering if I could use some of your drawings from your blog as well as pictures to put onto the podcast to tell the story.
Thank you very much. Thanks for asking. That's nice of you. And by all means, if it's out there, you can have it.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah, you bet. I anxiously look forward to seeing how you do. We talked about so many things. We scattered all over the place. So you might have an easy 5 different topic areas that you can string it with your narration. You can string it together perfectly.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
It's fun.
Cool.
Yeah,
and
we could do that. If we had a conversation tomorrow, it would be completely different, and it would be another 5 episodes because there's that much material.
There definitely is. Also, if you know anybody else who's interested in talking with me, I'd love to be in contact with them. So let them know. And I look forward to talking to you again soon.
Well, I think that most, jocks would love to talk to you. Bob Malik.
Oh, yeah.
Bob Malik would be one for sure. Nicest guy in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Collins, which is Joe Sullivan, would be another great. He's a great conversationalist. So he's got a bunch of stories. He knows a lot of people. I think you'd get a lot of value out of those 2 guys right off the bat.
Okay, cool. Yeah, if you want to give them my contact information, go right ahead. So I think you have it in my email, and so you can give them my email, my cell, and I'd love to have them contact me, or if you get permission from them to contact, we could go that way as well.
Yeah, and if you don't hear from me, then I'll give you their information.
Okay,
and
cool.
You can contact them. But I'll see what I can do. Bob now lives in Modesto. He's about 20 minutes away from me, and it's nice to have him here. You know, he's just the nicest guy in the world. His wife is wonderful, and you the kind of person you walk in, sit down, and you feel like you've known him for 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
I used to love listening to him on the Beatle years on KRF 101 on Sunday morning. That was really a great show.
He would love to talk to you about that. He's proud of what he did, and he's got a lot of stories.
That's great. Yeah, I'd love to talk to him about that.
I think you'll have a good talk with him, and as I think of others, I'll let you know.
Okay, cool. I appreciate that.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I'm very honored that you picked me for your Talking Archives, and don't really feel like I deserve it so much, but I thank you, and I look forward to seeing what comes out of this. Yeah,
and everybody has a story to tell, and I was influenced probably about a year ago. I worked with Jay Gardner, who did KHJ Car Radio as well as K-Earth and Aero 93, and he was also did voiceover for David Letterman. He was telling me all these great stories. I thought, I got to put this to tape. And then I realized on YouTube they have the Television Academy, and the Movie Academy has all these great interviews with movie stars, TV stars, producers, writers. But there was nothing really for radio. And I thought, I got to change that, at least, do a little part of changing that. And so that's what inspired me to do this show. So I do appreciate it.
It seems to me they do. I looked I looked up Talking Archives, and I see you've got quite a few videos there. And it just seems to me that this remains a novelty, just radio itself, a novelty conversation. And yet you go way beyond radio. You talk about people and what they do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because, the radio stories are interesting, but it's also good to hear some other things as well in the people's lives. And then me and a coworker like to try different strange snacks that we find at the supermarket, just to kind of break the ice and do something a little bit different than what people are doing. And then, so it's just kind of stuff that's my own interest and stuff. And then pretty soon me and a coworker are going to do a recreation of the show Perfect Strangers opening credits called Perfect Strangers Glendale, where we film in Glendale, kind of a recreation of what Larry and Balky did on the show in the opening credits. So, just some, off the wall things and oddball things, but just, kind of, just for fun.
You remind me of a bit I used to do at KFRC. I don't know how they let me get away with it, but we would say we rate pizzas. Give us your pizza, all you people that make pizza, and we will rate it. And so we would get a pizza from someplace, and we would say, okay, this comes from Joe's Pizza, and just because they gave us the pizza, we're not going to give it a good rating. We want to first give it a fair, this is the best pizza I've ever had in my life. And every single one was that way. It lasted about 2 months.
Were there a couple of them, you said this is the best tasting pizza, and they went, yeah, afterwards?
Oh, no, come on, pizza's not, there's nothing wrong with pizza.
No.
We just get free lunch is what it was.
Yeah. There was only like one pizza I remember. Well, a couple pizzas. They're both long out of business. One of them was Monk's Pizza in Eagle Rock, and it said one of LA's 10 best pizzas, says Rick Dees of Kiss FM. It was like soggy, drippy. It tasted like cardboard, literally. And then there was another place in La Crescenta called Dominic's, and again they said one of LA's 10 best pizzas. the sauce had no flavor, and we ordered sausage. It looked like a pile of wet sand they put in the middle of the pizza, and it tasted like it. I'm like, okay, anytime I see one of LA's 10 best pizzas, I'm just going to run for the sidewalk.
If I was in radio, you just gave me a bit. I would do the same thing where we're going to rate the pizza, and just because it's given to us free, we're not going to say this tastes terrible. This tastes like cardboard. And then the other guy will say, Ocean, you're eating the box. Cut to record. That's funny stuff. You can get away. It's funnier in radio too. It's funnier in audio.
Oh yeah,
audio. You can, because the pictures that go off in your mind with that. Everybody has a different one, but there's a guy with a bunch of cardboard in his mouth, complaining. Anyway, you see, I better stop because I could keep you forever.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for having
you.
me, and I think we're probably going to be talking again.
Oh, definitely we will.
Let me know how it goes.
You too, Bobby. Thanks. We'll talk soon.
Okay, God bless you.
God bless you too. This is the Talking Archive. We've been speaking with radio personality, artist, and voiceover talent Bobby Ocean. By the way, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let your friends know here at the Talking Archive. We'd love to have you come on board, and we look forward to presenting more for you. And until next time, this is Josh Jacobs. Keep your mind on the things above, and as you hit that open road, don't be a slowdown spectator.